William Gerardi is in the cut. For in the cut. What's on the TV in the background?
I put that on. I wouldn't want dead space, so I put on Total Recall.
Total Recall.
Literally the only DVD I have that works in my PS2.
If this shit gets copyrighted, I'm
Fuck, really? Is that an issue?
I hope not. No. I think we'll be good. What type of TV is that though?
I love this TV. It's a 2003 plasma. The resolution is 852 by 480. And I have it just for my old games. I have it for original Xbox, PS2, and Dreamcast.
That's the year I was born.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
I was getting pussy around then.
That's funny. I'm just getting to that.
Damn, 2003. Damn, I could go on about that.
What was 2003 like for you, Sonny boy?
2003. In 2003 was kind of a big year for me. I dropped out of high school. I got my GED at a community college, and I fell in love with a girl on hotornot.com who ended up catfishing me. It was a long, long story. It was a year of my life of kind of just like, she was a complete psycho. That was actually good for me. It's good to meet like a crazy woman.
What she like really look like though?
It ended up looking like her, but she had lied about her entire existence. She said that she was like a neurosurgeon's assistant. She said that she was her family was. She said that her. I wonder.
Was she the perfect wife?
Harassed me. She was the perfect wife. That's what she said. Yeah. She. Yeah. That was a crazy year, 2003.
Was she attractive though?
She was hot. Yeah, she was. She had like when I think about her now, she was very like 2003 hot. It was like she would probably be considered like a Karen now, like. Very
oh yeah, like the mom from Mean Girls who was like, I got some strawberry smoothies,
yeah,
like
short hair, yeah.
And like, did she wear like pink?
Oh yeah, she was from Minnesota.
Oh god.
I was 18.
Yes.
And I fell for her whole thing. We ended up meeting a couple times.
What the fuck is hotornot.com? Is that like
hotornot.com was like this website where you literally just rate people 1 to 10. And you would put your picture up to see like how good looking you were. And I don't know how I got in contact with her because it wasn't set up like a dating site. I think she might have, from what I remember, she had her AOL Instant Messenger name on.
AOL, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and I messaged her or something like that, and then I guess I smooth talked to her or whatever. I don't know, she's the one who fucked with me. I think that we had a whole theory on what this girl does, but it seemed like she like would just fuck with other people. It's a huge story from.
Who's we?
Family, me and like my friends and stuff like that. She like branched out and like started talking to other people. It was very weird.
Well, I mean, like, it sounds like have you seen like Degrassi? That sounds like a subplot to Degrassi.
I haven't seen Degrassi. One of my friends is in that show. She's in Degrassi Next Class.
That's still good. That's still good though. Like what who is that?
It's Sophia Bonsoff. I watched her episode a long time ago just because I wanted to see her in it. But she does a lot of like Canadian stuff, Canadian TV.
How do you spell that? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I see it.
I think she acted in my VR movie actually.
On Crip.
On Crip.
On Crip.
On Crip.
But so I got this is an amazing question that scientists like Neil deGrasse Tyson have answered many times, and Elon Musk. I got a really interesting question for you. Did you hear that new Trippie Redd album?
No, I have not. I'm so out of like rap music. The last time I listened to Juice WRLD was like the last thing I got into. I feel like that's probably kind of nerdy, but
I mean, what music are you into, like in general?
Right now I'm really into the Cool World soundtrack and anything that I've like found on YouTube from it. The Thrill Kill or My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult I've been listening to. I got into early Moby because of it too. My tastes have just been branching off the Cool World soundtrack for the last maybe month or so. Word.
So like, you're a filmmaker, so like, what who do you go to for these soundtracks? Do you make them? Like what's that process for finding someone to work on a soundtrack?
My friend did The Perfect Wife. My friend Brennan, who makes fucking awesome music. He's got an insane, like, he does all analog stuff. And he ended up finding me the keyboard from Resident Evil 1, like the same, it was like a DX11 or something like that. It was the keyboard they used for a lot of Japanese games in the mid 90s. And he ended up borrowing it from a friend to do the Perfect Wife soundtrack. So I was so psyched. I sent him tons of music, and it was mostly from Tales from the Crypt and Resident Evil, like the first one and a couple of the older games for the soundtrack.
Well, where the fuck do you find it? Like,
Like with the influence, or you mean like
the actual keyboard?
He knew a friend who had it. Like I sent him some Resident Evil 1, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that's a DX." He like knew exactly what keyboard it was. He's like a encyclopedia of keyboards and just analog stuff. I don't know anything about that stuff.
Yeah, that's cool though, cause like The Perfect Wife, you know, that's your most recent one. That's the first shit that I've seen. That's probably like the only shit I've seen from you. But I'm gonna keep it a stack. You know what I'm saying? like you know what I'm saying? Like I've interviewed rappers, and I'm like, I'm only listening to your recent album, so it's like it's fine in my opinion. But like that film, like, you know, there's many different interpretations from it. But like, what spurred that? Like what spurred that? You know, to come out onto the paper or keyboard, whatever the fuck you wrote it on. Like, what was the why make that movie?
I think it was just up one night. I couldn't sleep, and I just kept laughing about the thought of like some woman's head getting slammed in the fridge, and then I kind of like branched off from there. I just thought about like different ways of like beating her or whatever, and was just like laughing about them. And I was like, I can't sleep. I'm just gonna write this. So I just wrote it in a few hours. Like the very first draft, it was way different. And then I sent it to friends, and they just gave me ideas for it. And then I was the main actor, Josh, who acts in it. We would like hang out and just like laugh about different things we could do with it. And that's kind of where it came from. I felt the I wanted to do so. I just haven't directed anything or written anything, like just to shoot. And since I guess I did a commercial for that VR movie I did, but since then I haven't really done anything. So I just wanted to get my feet wet, dip my toes in.
But you said that anyways. That the actor, right? Like, is his teeth artificial in the film?
Yeah.
That's got to be like.
We got some veneers for him. We wanted him to be like a meth. I don't know. He's like some meth addict or something. All his teeth rotted out. So
Oh God, yeah. That's funny, dude. Because his teeth are just like.
He's just like a freak.
Yeah, bro. Like, but I mean, like, you know, we kind of talked about this earlier, but like, how do you think? What message could you think it can be interpreted as? Could it be interpreted as like some like pro-feminist anti-misogyny piece, or a like sort of you know, mixed?
I hope that when feminists watch it, that's like what they get out of it. I guess I hope, and I hope that people who are like who are on the opposite end of that watch it and say like this is like a feminist boogeyman or something like that. The main guy, he's like a caricature of what they see as like incels or something.
So like, yeah, so you're really fucking with both sides.
Yeah, I hope so. I don't know. I try to, like I said, I try not to think about like too much. I don't want to like over intellectualize my stuff or something. I kind of wanted to just whatever I thought like felt funny and what made sense.
Feminist boogeyman, dude. That's a
boogeyman. That's what it's about.
So like, that's beautiful. You know, that's what I was thinking about. Like after I got done watching, I was like, you know, what side is this motherfucker on? And it's like now that I'm talking to you, it's like you don't give a fuck about what side it is. You just hope that you poke into each audience.
I think I watched. I won't say who it was because I don't want to talk trash about him. But there's a conservative guy that I like a lot, and he was going on about women and like the perfect woman that he wanted or whatever. And I was like, you're describing like a fucking a replicant or something like that. You're not like talking about a human being. I think he was kind of being cheeky, but and like being funny. But
replicant.
Yeah. Just if you wanted some robot woman. So I kind of like. I think it came a little bit from that too, kind of making fun of like incels, I guess, a little bit too. Even though I'm a little bit of an incel, and like I get incels, I guess.
I could go for a replicant right now.
Or Daryl Hannah and that.
So that's the one in Blade Runner, right?
Yeah. The androids.
Ow.
Yeah, they're so hot. Yeah, I could in Blade Runner 2049. Who's the
Ana de Armas.
Yeah, is that the one
Shit.
that dated Ben Affleck?
I don't know who dated Ben Affleck. I just know that there's that one hologram bitch named Joy.
Yeah, yeah, the hologram girl. Yeah, yeah, she is.
I tell you what, she looked.
I tell you what. Yeah,
I
yeah, for
I'll tell you
sure.
what, Bobby. Like that, like Jesus, like, and
Yeah,
she
yeah,
was
for
in that
sure.
one joint, Knives Out. Knives Out. That was a good
Oh
one.
yeah, yeah, that's right. I actually did like Knives Out. Did you notice the pro immigration message I thought was in there?
Yeah, like Ryan Johnson is, he, his movies are good, but every now and then, he writes some commie gobbledygook every now and
Some comic gobbledygook. Yeah,
every now
yeah.
and then
He's good though.
he's
I didn't see
good.
his Star Wars movies.
It's fucking garbage, and
Oh, that's
I hope
right.
they get erased from the.
Oh wow, from the
Anyway,
canon.
yeah, like that's that. I mean, that's for like I'm one of those down to interpretation motherfuckers where it's like I determine my own canon. Like for me,
Mm,
Heir to the Empire is
yeah,
canon.
absolutely.
For me, like but it's like if you're anti main canon, it's like you're
Mm.
labeled with X terminology of like angry internet man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's
So
like if
that's
you just don't like one movie, then you're automatically like labeled because they're.
you got to
What you say?
you have to do that now. People who say that definitely. I feel like back in the day, everybody when that Indiana Jones movie came out, everybody just like understood like collectively that we were just gonna forget about that. So
Yeah,
it's not a new concept to these people. They're just lying.
but
Lying
like
to them.
the old flicks, like, and it's like what's cool about the first one, the fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like there's like
Mm.
that takes a lot of people down a lot of rabbit holes, like in terms of like what one would consider pseudoscience about the like Graham
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hancock type of shit.
Hmm.
Have you heard of the theory that the Ark is in Ethiopia?
No, no, it's very interesting though.
So like there's a theory that like these Ethiopian Christians which have this sort of like subs it's like they essentially worship the Ark. Like it's a certain subset of Christianity where they worship
Hmm.
the Ark and shit. And they have it the theory that Graham Hancock proposes after meeting with a variety of like religious figures in Ethiopia in the modern age is that they have it in Ethiopia. Like it's literally still there and they like worship it and they keep it a secret and shit.
Hmm.
And I don't know, man,
They
I
protect
like
it.
yeah, they protect it. Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
so
Like
like they
similar to how
like the
the
mummy.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
similar to how like monks would protect the entrance to the Hollow Earth cuz the Hollow Earth is real anyways.
Oh,
Um
okay, yeah, yeah. My friend's very into that stuff.
Yeah, I just rewatched the one of the best documentaries on the Hollow Earth. The Inner Earth civilizations exist, and I can prove it. That's a
Oh wow.
certified hood classic.
Oh
That
wow, I gotta beat that.
I will send you the link to that.
Yeah, please do that, man. That sounds really cool. That
Oh,
stuff's very interesting to me. I used to be very like against stuff like that, like
what
5 years ago. Just like conspiracy theories and stuff. It was I don't know. I just
was it?
didn't.
Peer pressure?
Um, I don't know. I guess I didn't see the. I kind of liked living in the Matrix or something like that. I was like, even if it's real, who cares?
You
But
were
now it's
blue
just
pilled, but now you're red pilled.
very blue pill. Yeah,
You
yeah.
took the new pill.
I took the new pill.
This shouts out
Yeah,
to
it's probably Sam. Honestly, Sam's like I feel like he's like red pilled like a whole generation of people. Um,
yes. I'd always been into it, but he like sort of like he takes a way more comedic tone to that red pilled shit, and it makes it way more digestible.
totally. Yeah, yeah. He like kind of forces you. Yeah, he's really great.
But talk about that. Like you work with him. You don't have to say specifically what you're working on. You don't have to go into too much of the specifics, but
Mhm.
because that might be confidential CIA information.
Oh.
Because it's his that project's definitely funded by the CIA. Anyways,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
It's
just
directly funded.
directly
Um,
fun. Yeah, yes. Anyways,
well, I'm doing his NFTs mostly now, which are just he's got like insane, like so many NFT. I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, but yeah, I mean, I know he's posted it on his story and stuff like that. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of character stuff and doing a lot of motion capture stuff for his NFTs. I've been putting a lot of work into those. They're really funny, and but the main thing that I do for him is the joyride stuff, and that's just working in Unreal 4 doing level design stuff and building models for him. And he's got his idea is like monumental. It's something he's thought about for like a decade, and it's definitely brilliant. It's a lot. Like, it's impossible to like digest really.
In general, it's a video game that Sam Hyde is creating, and he has talked about before.
Yeah. I know he's talked about here and there. It's just like passion project, and it like going through the decade long details he's written up about it. It's extremely intricate and extremely like brilliant. So I'm excited to be a part of it. And like, anyway, I've always been excited to work with him.
How'd you work with him? Like, in general, like, how'd you first get to work with him?
I talked to him. I wanted him to voice a movie in like 2018 about this guy who like couldn't die and kept like killing himself. And I wanted him to do the voiceover work for the lead character in like a CG animated film, kind of like it was really into like anime at the time, like 80s anime stuff.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I think I would have. I'd still like to do it at some point, but then we just kind of kept talking, and I noticed he posted a tweet about like, do I know any 3D modelers? And I was like, hey bro, you still looking for people? And I sent him some stuff I did. I sent him my VR movie, and then I ended up moving to Providence for from the beginning of 2019 until like a few months into COVID. And I worked in the office, but I didn't go into the office after COVID because everybody was like terrified and everything. Nobody wanted to get it.
Word. Yeah, that's wild, bro. Like, and I'm excited to see what that turns out. But you also, how I found you is like, you know, I assume this probably, you know, Sam, is probably how you know Big Flame. But like, what have you worked? Have you worked on anything with Big Flame, or is it just like you know him?
I did the general for The Perfect War. The general at the beginning of like the first episode.
Oh, you were in. Oh yeah.
I did the animation and everything for him, and the area that he's in and stuff like that. I did the motion capture and stuff for that. I mean, it's super like cheap. They wanted it like super like cheap looking.
The Great War's fucking hilarious though.
Yeah, it's
really the helicopter fun. One's the best though. The helicopter scene is fucking insane.
I love seeing those guys have fun. It's like I like take pleasure in watching those. But Bick, I haven't really worked directly with him. I did more when I like lived in Providence and I would actually go in the office. But
you got to get Big Flame to do a soundtrack for a flick.
Yeah, I would love to get him to do stuff. I always wonder. He seems like he's like so busy and like, I don't know. He's so cool. I'm like, I don't want to like bother him or something.
Yeah, he knows his like aesthetic. He knows he's like always working on some shit. And it was a pleasure for me to interview him.
Oh yeah, I gotta watch that interview. I didn't know you did an interview with him.
Yeah, it was an alright interview. I've had better conversations with him like off camera.
Oh, okay.
But like
it's a little nerve-wracking doing interviews.
Yeah, it's kind of like a first date all the time.
Yeah.
Me and you are getting very long. You're definitely coming on for a second date.
Oh, okay.
I'm just fucking with you, but like, yeah, bro, it is nerve wracking. It is actually very nerve wracking to do hundreds of these.
It's going better than the interview I was telling you about before I got kicked off the radio.
Speak on that, yes.
Yeah, I got kicked off of G105. It was a local radio station. I went on there in the morning to pitch. This is a whole another long story. But in 2009, I did a Super Bowl commercial. That in the Doritos, you remember those Doritos contests they used to do, where it was like people would submit a Super Bowl commercial.
That sounds old.
And it's old, yeah. I mean, it's 2009. So I guess you were 2003. So you were 7 or 8. I had a commercial play in the Super Bowl 2010 because of I had submitted it to a contest that Doritos did, and it played during I can't remember the name of the Super Bowl, but I was basically like talking about it to all like local news stations and stuff like that, and I went on this radio, G105, and the radio DJ was like, "Oh yeah, you guys listen to the show?" And I was like, "No, I never really listened to it." And they were really offended by this because I guess it's just not good radio etiquette to say that you don't listen to the station that is promoting you. And so they kicked me off live on the air, and then he like started talking shit about me when I left. It was pretty humiliating at the time, but it's kind of funny now.
Oh God. Ew. Like bro, like You know what's great is that it came out in 2009, and that's the year the Joe Rogan podcast started, which wrecked your whole fucking career, all of their radio people's career. Joe Rogan ejaculated on your dead career.
For that.
So like
for Bob and the Show Graham.
The timing is like the end of the start of the end of that industry.
Do you still listen to Joe?
Yes.
From his Spotify move, I haven't watched any of his new stuff.
Well, I mean, I really like the way he has everything designed on there. Like because like on YouTube, like it was hard to find his like first videos because they weren't all. It wasn't like he founded a YouTube channel and then posted everything starting with episode number 1. He didn't really post an episode on YouTube until like 200 and blah blah blah. So what I'm saying is Spotify, it has a thing where you can go like oldest to new. So I can watch like the first episode of the Joe Rogan like very quickly, and it's like automatically up there. So I don't have to search through a bunch of like YouTube shit just to find the first episode.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know what I'm saying. As I like the design of everything, I do miss the comments. The comments on Joe Rogan videos are always engaging, but. I think
that's something I always would scroll to.
Yes, but there's always I love Joe Rogan shit, but what I love more so about Joe Rogan is that he like introduces me to so many people that I end up like
he definitely did.
Listening to like way more than him. Like Duncan Trussell is one of them. Joey Diaz, yeah. I actually went on a podcast with Joey Diaz's co-host Lee Syatt, who has his own show. It's like the Wasteland Podcast, some shit like that, and I went on that. So I've done a podcast with someone who's been in the same room as Joe Rogan. That's weird.
Oh yeah, that's cool, man.
That's cool.
And you listen to Red Bar?
What?
Do you ever listen to Red Bar?
What's that?
It's a guy. It's a guy who always rags on Joey Diaz. He always makes fun of him, and Joey Diaz like threatened to like send his like boys to get him. But
like, well, I love people making fun. Like Sam's making fun of Joe Rogan is so fucking funny.
It's so fucking funny. It's like wanting to fight him and like do like a billboard or something.
Yeah. I did one of them because Sam did a PS5 giveaway thing, and you have to make a video about like what would you do to Joe Rogan in a fight. So I did one where I was like.
Oh, did you?
I did one where I was like, I would eat Joe Rogan's golden retriever right in front of him. I would tie him down on a table, and I would fuck Jamie. I would fuck Jamie in the ass in front of Joe Rogan just to make him jealous. And then I would and then what else would I do? And then I would I forget. There's a bunch of shit and I just ran. I deleted it because it's kind of like it's a bit over the top.
It sounds funny.
It's a bit over the top though, but. There's a bunch of stuff in that video, but
the funniest thing about that video is when Sam says that he's gonna punch Joe Rogan and Joe Rogan's gonna forget all of his jujitsu immediately.
Yeah,
it's like so funny. Just knocks him stupid immediately.
Knocks him stupid. Well, what other podcasts do you fuck with?
Who else do I listen to? I listen to I've gone all over the place like for years. I've been listening to that guy, the Jolly Heretic, recently. I like him, Professor Edward Dutton or whatever. He does these little podcasts where he talks about, just like kind of political stuff. He's like a really, really smart guy. He's British, which is kind of annoying. But other than that, he's a cool guy.
You ever have someone come up to you and say like, "Where are you at on the spectrum?" And they're like talking about political shit.
Oh yeah.
And
I definitely had people ask me that.
That's just like that's one of those annoying questions where like if someone asks me it, I like to fuck with them. I'm like, you talking about the gay spectrum? I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like even though I'm bisexual, I like to fuck with people about that shit.
Depraved homosexuals.
like people like, oh my god, like I hate when people ask like. I was thinking about asking you like, where are you at politically? But then I'm like, nah, because like I don't need to.
I'm all over the place anyway. It depends on the day. It depends on my mood.
Yes.
So, yeah.
You fucking trans. You fucking gays. You fucking.
I'm fucking gay. Trans.
You fucking everything. You know what I'm saying?
Straight. That was really
politically. Funny. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what's up. But I gotta ask though, real quick, like, how did you learn your skills? Because you have a lot of skills in visual, visual art. How did you learn that?
Like I said, I didn't go to school. I dropped out of high school. But I guess I just watched a lot of movies in my early 20s. I was really obsessed. I would watch like 2 or 3 movies a day. And then I would torrent movies. And I would just fuck around. I would just do a lot of stuff. I would just with game stuff, I would watch a lot of like tutorials on YouTube and just grind. I'm lucky to have friends who are like into this stuff. Like my friend Barrett that shot the film, shot Perfect Wife. He's been into 3D modeling as long as I've known him. So he kind of got me into that. UE4, all just banging it out, just learning how not to do it basically for years. And getting better and better at it. That's about it. Yeah, just sitting in front of the computer like an idiot, like an incel.
Yeah,
just staring at stuff.
What were you doing, like, with your life or before that, like I mean, I don't know if it's like, I don't know what I'm saying like, were the people around you supportive? Like, who helped you with it?
No, I was a complete idiot. Even after I did the Super Bowl commercial, I had no idea what I was doing. Like, the Super Bowl commercial was kind of a fluke or something at the time, and I had no idea how to make a movie. And then I started working with my friend Rob, who's like a really awesome director in LA now, and I shot a movie with him, and he kind of just like, I just watched him and how he did pre-production for it, and how he like, how scheduled and good and everything he was. And then I wrote this thing called The Game Store, which I feel like you might like. I made it in 2011, but it's just about all these like weird ass people that work in a video game store.
I will watch
it's only
that.
Like 15 minutes long, and they're just all these weirdos.
It's on Vimeo.
What's that?
Is it on Vimeo?
It's on Vimeo. Yeah, it's on my Vimeo account on that where the Perfect Wife link. If you click on my name.
Why Vimeo? Like, why do people fucking put films and shit on Vimeo?
I don't know. So we can get the staff pick. So
so like, because that's like the filmmakers like paradise. They had to put it on Vimeo. Like, I'm not making fun of you right now. I'm just saying, like,
no, it seems like dated, honestly. Like, I've gotten more hits on YouTube, and I didn't even like.
You have a YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, you got to send me that for the link in the description of this video.
Yeah, I'll send you. I don't do as much YouTube stuff. Vimeo, I feel like Vimeo is maybe more professional or something too. It's just like, if I want to send it to.
You know what you got to put your shit on? You got to put your stuff on BitChute.
Oh yeah, I got to put it on BitChute. That's right.
Yeah, but like, BitChute's kind of the wild, wild west. You know what I'm saying?
That would be funny to put it on there just for the hell of it. That's like a good idea. I do like BitChute. I'll get on there sometimes.
But like, there's the stigma, man. Jesus Christ. Mm-hmm. It's like, I think I was looking up like how to monetize stuff on BitChute, just some like real professional shit on how to set that shit up, right? And then it's like, I find it, and then like I get hit with a bunch of like, when you get hit with like the top things that the search that results that want to like stir an agenda, as you were saying, they want that agenda of whatever you were saying, and it's like, I get hit with the articles and they're like, BitChute promotes terrorism. BitChute promotes domestic.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, I'm just trying to figure out how to monetize my shit. And it's like when you look up something on YouTube and you were looking for something, like some secret documentary about like, the Rothschilds and shit, but then you get hit with why conspiracy theories are damaging for the mental health or some shit.
Oh, wow. Weird.
Yeah, search
I thought
results.
You were saying you went into BitChute and typed this in, and you got like a bunch. I thought you were gonna say you got a bunch of like racist, crazy shit or something.
No, I'm saying like Google, like they stir an agenda against BitChute when like BitChute like just doesn't censor anything. Like that's the point. The point is they don't want to do anything about negative stuff on their shit, and it's like, how can you like get mad at them for something that they really just don't care about?
Yeah. Didn't they get their funding taken or something like that for a little while?
Well, what they do is they I don't know about all that, but they do have like a thing where every time you go on the thing, they have like a a bar of a certain amount of money that they want to be donated, and it's like 50,000. Like this, they only have like $43,000 donated, and it's like every month. So they have like a new thing where every month you donate a certain amount. But I think what you're talking about is PayPal. I don't think you're allowed to link PayPal to it. Like PayPal refused to have payments through it. Very similar to what they did with the Alex Jones scenario, where they like suspended his fucking PayPal account so that he couldn't receive payments on the InfoWars website or some shit.
Oh damn!
Isn't that a bit much? You know what I'm saying?
Alex Jones is so entertaining,
but he's so right.
He's been right so many times.
You know, he was right about the pandemic. In 2010, he did the whole thing called. He did a whole video on a thing called Operation Lockstep. Operation Lockstep is essentially they create a fake disease, and they violate freedoms through imposing a fake disease, and it's a government like operation.
When did he release it?
2010.
Oh damn, so weird. They got so many things. I mean, there's like that Twitter that's like Alex Jones was right or something, and they're always posting things that whatever he said.
And the Epstein shit.
That it's right now. Yeah, it's a little scary. I don't know. I almost try to stay away from it for my I don't know.
So you don't like get, cause it's like you're up at like 2 a.m. and you're like researching like bloodlines and like you know what I'm saying, and then like you start to like look at like your cat and you're like, are you a psyop or some shit?
Psyop cat.
This cat is a psyop. Or like a special ops monitoring unit, or like you just like look at the shit around you and you're like you look at like one light bulb, you look at like one light in a digital thing and you're like, there's a camera behind that.
Oh damn! See, that's why I don't do it, because I don't want to get like, because I felt myself.
It's like I look at the Drake fucking cardboard cutout and I'm like, is there a camera in his eyes?
I feel like I've peeked over that edge before, and it scared me enough to like walk back on the red pill or something, where I'm just like, I would rather, there's a level of like blissful ignorance that I can like live with happily and just like try and get by.
Well, I mean, sometimes you gotta turn that shit the fuck off. Like you gotta like realize like I'm around people, I can't have a conversation starter where the first 5 words of my sentence are, did you know that there's underground bases in Antarctica?
Oh no, the Nazi bases or whatever.
Yeah, like you can't like I'm not.
It's so interesting though. Like I can't deny it. Like it's captivating.
Bro, like I'm serious, bro. If I go missing, I'm in the Hollow Earth. Like that's with the elves.
Like a paradise of some kind, like a
yes.
Nazi paradise.
No. They're The theory is that they were that they were killed off in Antarctica by the United States, and that's why like there was an Operation High Jump and like 4,000 people, troops died, but they said it was natural causes, but it's really because they went to like a last stand battle with the Nazis and the U.S. killed the Nazis successfully. That's one of the theories about that specific thing. And when I'm talking about the shit, I gotta continuously say theory, because I'm not promoting misinformation. I'm promoting theories about conspiracies. Anyways, what the fuck is NFTs? Like, what is that?
I don't really know that much about them.
So essentially, you're just kind of making like an animated thing that people can buy.
I'm doing more, just like the graphics for it. I feel like I'm not really like that great at like doing like I'm not much of an artist, but as far as this, they describe them pretty well, so I kind of just make the characters and then I'll like do the mocap, or I'll some of them I'll hand animate. My mocap suit is getting kind of old. I'm waiting for a new mocap suit, but yeah, I'll do just little funny animations. One that I did recently that I think is so funny, and I had no idea what it was, but it's Nupping. Have you heard of this?
No.
I don't know if Sam made this up or not, but it's just like some fat ass woman on her back and some like little freak is fucking her belly button. And I guess that's called Nupping. But it's just some like guy just like fucking this girl's belly button.
That sounds like some of the most beautiful thing that I could potentially look at.
So that's the kind of stuff I've been doing for him. Just little animations like that, these like looping files. And
Yes.
I guess the idea is that it's like an Ethereum, some Ethereum, a token that's attached to the piece of art. Yeah, I don't.
I mean,
I'm not
fucking like Tory Lanez, the the hip hopper. He's just a rapper, yeah, and he like made like $1 million or some shit off of like one single because he like sold the music video as an NFT. I don't know. He just did a bunch of like some shit where he fucking NFT master man who sold this, that, and the third off of music. Like I'm saying, there's a lot of money. Like, and people have been doing innovative shit. So it's cool to see that like, you're like you're not too traditionalist when it comes to the media. You seem like you know that you got to get innovative in this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like would you tell people like that aren't getting innovative like with this shit that you got to get in it? Like, how can you get innovative and shit?
Yeah, I mean, I think Sam's doing it more where it's like they're like cards, like NFT cards. Like he's definitely not just like releasing just art. It's like a whole ecosystem or something.
Ecosystem, creating ecosystems.
Creating an ecosystem. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but he's doing like, it's almost like magic or something like that, which I'm also completely ignorant to. Or like each card, like I think you can like they're like trading cards. He's got to
do like an animated thing where he looks like the when he went to the Magic the Gathering thing with that one video with Frank Hassel. He has to get like an animated version of him in the trench coat, and he was like, "Fuz Ruda." You got to do that for him or some shit. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. I love that video. It's so funny.
That's a hood classic.
It's a Frank, Hassel hood classic.
Have you ever been around Frank?
Yeah, he's really funny. He did that. I edited one of their videos. It was the one that was like the comic book nerds one.
Oh shit! With fucking Don Jolly.
Yeah. I'll never forget Frank's joke where he's talking about Judge Dredd or whatever, and how he gets like teleported to like the Harriet Tubman days or whatever, and he just starts arresting slaves. It was like so fucking funny to me.
Yeah, bro. Like, and Don Jolly, I don't know. Like, I talked with Sam about Don, and he said that he fell off with Don, but I really like Don Jolly's content.
I met Don one time when I visited Providence, and he seemed like a really nice guy. I didn't get to hang out with him that much.
What was the scenario where you met him?
We shot something. I don't know if I should talk about it or whatever, but it was what was it called? It was like The Last Straight Man on Earth or something like that. And I think it was his idea, but it was something with Sam and Frank, and it was like it was I don't know, it was really funny. I don't know if they're ever going to release it or not. But we ended up shooting it on this old VHS camera that I had. But Don was directing it, and I don't know, he had a lot of funny ideas. Yeah, he seems like a really smart dude.
Yeah, it's kind of, like what you say?
No, nothing. I was wondering, or I was saying the stuff he's saying in about Superman in the comic book nerds is actually like pretty interesting.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
Like some sort of projection of like America's potential or something like that. I thought it was like actually pretty interesting, even though he's like, oh, whatever, being funny.
I think like it kind of sucks that he hasn't been posting a lot of videos recently. He hasn't posted one.
Does he used to post on Twitter or something?
YouTube. He has a YouTube and a blog, but he hasn't really posted shit since like late last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think he's posted anything for like almost a year. Mm-hmm. Like Don, and it sucks because like I really fucked with his content, and the debt video is a classic, but like that's like on Sam shit. Like I'm saying like Don has his own lane, like he has his own website. Like it's like I forget the name of it, but it's like I don't know. I want to find him. I'm gonna find him, and I'm gonna do something with him. I'm gonna do some video. I'm gonna track him down. I'm gonna track you down too, bro. I'm gonna come to North Carolina. You're from
I'm chill whenever, man. I got an extra room. You can say.
Yeah, I'm your new roommate. I'm just playing.
My roomie.
Roomie. Yeah. What was that like growing up in fucking Raleigh? Was that where you at?
Kakalaka is what people call it.
North Kakalaka.
And Raleigh, it was fun. I kind of grew up in Cary, right outside of Raleigh, but it was good. A lot of skateboarding, a lot of I made movies with friends. That's about it. Didn't really do much else. Had trouble in school. Went to military school. That was good.
On Crip?
On Crip, I was in military school. That was fun.
Why?
I made like terrible grade. I was a class clown. I was a shithead. It's really interesting. A lot of people, I was telling my friend this recently, but a lot of people in military school, at least the one I was at, most of them were, they were sent to military school kind of by their stepdad because they didn't get along. It was like the mother had recently remarried and they didn't get along with the stepdad. I say that was like 80% of the kids were just like nice, sweet kids, but they just like could not get along with the stepdad. And it was the case with me too. I get along with my stepdad now, but at the time we just butted heads. And I think that they just thought it was like better for me to have some kind of structure. But it did not work. I did terrible in military school.
The thing about like military people, like what were you saying? Were you saying something?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Okay, I was like, I don't know, I was at my job recently. I was like talking with one of the servers, and he's like some military. He's like got a beard, and he like he looks like James Harden type shit. And he was like, we were talking about, I was bullshitting about like Afghanistan, and I was like, Taliban, LMFAO type some gay shit. And but then I got to some serious shit with the other guy, and he was overhearing and shit, and I was like, yeah, but really the Taliban were created by the United States. Woo 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 woo. And he was like, yes, that is actually right. I'm actually glad that you know that the Taliban were like low key and offshoot of a civil. I'm saying like military people, like they're not all like blockheads who are just like patriots. No. Like like everybody gets that perception that they're just like patriot blockheads who like don't give who just like they're kind of just like it's like even though they're part of that system, they're pretty aware of like the fucked up shit.
Oh yeah. I think that's why they're in like so much pain, and I don't know if it's still this, but wasn't it like multiple suicides a day from the troops were? Yeah, that shit's really sad. There's a lot of, I know people. I was in the army for a very small amount of time, and I have friends and that were in Iraq, and yeah, it's tough, man. They go through some serious shit.
Because like some shit like one of those like songs with like a question mark at the end. What are we fighting for? Type shit. Like that's probably like what's going in their head, and that's probably like some giant ass. Like I could definitely see a lot of like ex-military people like living like alone, listening to like the Smiths.
Oh really?
Like that's like, I'm not saying all of them end up being sad incels, but it's like. It's like in the modern age, it's like it's not like a lot of like military people end up wanting it to be like World War II, but it's like what the fuck are people fighting against?
Yeah. I mean, I guess in Vietnam they dealt with that too.
Yes.
Yeah, the movie Dead Presidents. I was just thinking about that. I watched it recently with Chris Tucker and what's that guy, Lorenz Tate. I don't know if you ever get a extra 2 hours, it's worth a watch. But yeah, it's about all these black guys in Brooklyn that get drafted to Vietnam.
Yeah.
Vietnam, yeah, and it fucks them all.
I love like mispronouncing shit like a like old white guy.
Vietnam,
yeah. Or like
the Vietnamese people.
Yeah, or like fucking Arab.
Yeah.
He's an Arab or some shit, or like oh, what's another one? Afghani.
I would say Muslims.
That's a good one.
The Muslims. Because it's like fake respectable or something like that.
Yeah.
I guess they prefer to be like Muslims. I might be wrong about that, but not that I don't like Muslims.
But then sometimes I do the exact reverse and I like over pronounce it correctly. Like I'm like, on Allah.
That guy Brian Callen, he's such a dweeb, but he says Afghanistan or whatever. You're like Afghanistan. I don't know.
Is he like one of them Joe Rogan jabronis?
Yeah, he's one of his homies. He has like certain words like that. It's very funny. I ran into that guy weirdly enough at NC State. He was doing like a show when I was out skateboarding, and shook his hand. He seemed like a nice guy IRL. He's pretty terrible.
What was the temperature of his hand?
The temperature, I don't remember actually. I can't remember.
What was the temp? Did it feel like adrenochrome? Did it feel like adrenochrome and satanic rituals?
Yeah. I don't know if he's that big. I don't know if he's big enough to get adrenochrome implants or whatever they get. Do they just drink it, or do they like use an IV?
They go to they. It's a mixture of drinking, torturing, and eating,
So with the
and
torture,
cannibalism.
is it like a like sort of energy is like moved or something into them
Yes, yes.
during the torture? Yikes. That was like did you see that Doctor Sleep movie?
Oh yeah, I did. I did a recent podcast on my Patreon about adrenochrome in film and how like that's like complete adrenochrome simulation. I mean, a symbolism. And there's also the film Jupiter Ascending, which is a low-key underrated banger. That's a good one.
Isn't it Wachowskis?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
The Wachowski siblings.
Siblings, get it right.
And
I think they're great still though.
oh yeah, but like there's the fucking scene where they go into the water. All right, they go into that the young. I mean, the old lady. She goes into this giant pool, and then she comes out, and she's like She looks like 19 years old. She looks like she just going to college. You know what I'm saying? She's all young and shit. She just go first semester at LSU. I'm a gymnast type beat. Like that's what she looked like when she got out of the pool. But when she went in, she looked like fucking. She looked like Betty White. You know what I'm saying? And then fucking she So and then the motherfucker asked him like Mila Kunis is like, yo, what's that? What is that? What is that made out of? Because she's an Earth girl. Mila Kunis is Earth girl. And then this like fucking alien guy, because they're all the alien. She's one in it because it's alien technology. And then the guy's like, it's made out of humans, or it's made out of like 100. I think it's like made out of 100,000 people. Or some shit. Like, it's made out of a bunch of people. Wow. Like, the blood of, like, people and shit. And they said that in the movie, and it's like, oh, it's youth serum or some shit. Like, that's really what it is. And there's also some shit where Sandra...
Is it psyop?
No, I don't know, but I think Sandra Bullock... Well, I know that Sandra Bullock went on Ellen, and she was like, oh, I got a facial... And Ellen was like, what's that made out of? And she was like, oh, yeah, it makes me look really young. And the substance is made out of the foreskin of infant babies.
Oh, wow.
Like, it's real. Like, and she just laughed it off, and they just went to the next topic on Ellen.
Do you think they do it to, like, fuck with you?
What? I didn't know. I think it's real.
They put it in... No, but, like, do we think that, like, they put that in big movies to, like... So that like later on when you're like, oh, they give adrenochrome or whatever, and they're like, oh, like in the movie Doctor Sleep, like in Jupiter Ascending. So that,
they had to hide it. They had the theory, what everybody regurgitates this, is that they have to hide it in plain sight to make it look like it's fake.
Yeah, I have heard that before. I think it's interesting. What's cool is because Kubrick does the opposite thing. I've been thinking about this because he buries any of the things in his films are like buried, like in The Shining. All of his stuff about like occult things and like or you could say like the moon landing are like very buried as opposed to being on the surface like all those films.
Do you know that the carpet in The Shining is very reminiscent of the chemical compound of adrenochrome?
Oh, really?
Yes.
It's very interesting. Kubrick was fucking... I don't know. I love Kubrick.
I think he hated that. Like, he hated the fucking Illuminati shit, and he wanted to like deeply expose it.
I kind of think that too. Like when I think about that stuff. So I think, the way he talked about those things and had them be more subliminal.
Yes.
And he was trying to communicate something. I think. I don't know.
Yes. My life goal is to completely obliterate Freemasonry and Satanism and the Illuminati. Anyways, after I start out my anarcho-capitalist revolution. Anyways,
it's interesting that he would do that, and then like Doctor Sleep is like a follow-up to that. Like it's a sequel.
Dr. Sleep is compromised.
Yeah, of all the films for them to like do such a like a blatant I don't know, like blatantly talk about like adrenochrome and stuff like that, to take a film that's like that had those themes but they were like buried.
You know what the thing about Dr. Sleep though is that one girl with the hat, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, she's kind of hot. Yeah,
I was just about to say that. Like, damn, bro.
She's a hot older lady. I feel like she's probably my age when I say that. But yeah, she's a beautiful woman.
I mean, I could go for some like you know what I'm saying. I like older ladies. Whatever. You know what I'm saying. Like I can go for Gilf. You know what I'm saying. I could go for this, that, and the third. Shouts out to the MILFs out there. We all love you. Anyways.
No, there's nothing like a hot older woman actually.
On God. Yeah. So I got a beautiful question for you. Who would you make a documentary about?
A documentary? Hitler. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. They already made his documentary. I don't know. It's a good question.
Anybody.
I don't know, man. That's a good. I'd have to think about that one. I'm trying to think of who I like who's like doesn't have like a documentary about him that I find like very interesting.
Yes.
Sorry, I don't have a good answer for that.
That's cool.
I feel like Hitler's a terrible joke.
Yeah, that's not. I don't agree, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Maybe I'll come back later. I'll see if I can think of something. Maybe Sam. It would be good to like. Sam seems like I feel like he's like a very important cultural figure. I would like to see a documentary on him.
But all the YouTube documentaries are like, they're filmed out of someone's like bedroom.
What that are about like Sam?
Yeah, and they're all like little video essay type things that aren't really well done. Like, and even the one that Sam went on an interview of someone that made one that even Sam liked. It's still like it's just a YouTube documentary. Like, I think if you were to do it, you could probably make it like not look like a YouTube documentary.
Mm-hmm. Which one was? I feel like I've watched
Blacklisted.
Okay, I think I watched, and it was like a culmination of his stuff. I did watch that a few years ago or something, or a year or two ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good though.
You'll do a great one. You would do a great Sam documentary.
Maybe one day he'll let me.
I'll do the soundtrack. Anyways, so what's the next films or work coming out that you could speak on?
I really don't know. I've been kicking around some ideas. I've been really into Stephen Chow movies lately, so I kind of want to do something like really. His movies are very cool and very stupid, so I kind of want to do something that's cool and funny, and like maybe do something more action. I've done some commercials and stuff in the past that were more like action, so I'd like to like spend some time making an action movie. Yeah, I really don't like action movies now. I feel like they can't like make something cool anymore.
Yeah, fucking Black Widow was buns, low key. Like, it was fun, but it was buns.
I didn't see it. I don't. I feel like it's like such a cliche to even be over Marvel, but I cannot bring myself.
Like, I still watch them and I still enjoy them, but it's like I'm not gonna rewatch. Like, I'd rather rewatch like City of God or like an actual like fun.
Oh, yeah.
City of God's
a terrifying movie.
That's my favorite movie ever. I think it's the greatest film ever made, and I think it's
really
the most
great.
well edited movie ever made.
I probably haven't seen that movie since you were like born. I haven't seen it in so long, but I remember it scaring the fuck out of me, like having nightmares about being like dropped off in some. And where is it? Where does it take place again?
Rio,
yeah.
Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah. That's an awesome movie. I remember just like hearing about behind the scenes and stuff of that movie and how he made it. It was so inventive. It's such a smart movie. Yeah. I love that movie.
It was shot on 35mm, like documentary. They used documentary film because they wanted it to feel like a documentary.
Oh yeah, it definitely has. It's all like handheld.
Yeah,
it's such a cool ass movie. Like, it's probably been over a decade.
You got HBO Max, and you're good. But you probably torrent. You used to told me before that you just fucking like pirate shit, which is fine.
Yeah, I'll use Pass the Popcorn.
Yeah, bro.
I buy some stuff. I'll buy like Blu-rays. That's like such a fucking geezer thing to do.
Geezer.
I feel like I still feel like I need to like have something physical to really own it. Same thing with like games and stuff too. To buy it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, thank you, man. Like, thanks for coming on the show, bro. Like, this show was fucking good. This was a good episode. I really appreciate it.
Okay, I really appreciate it. Yeah. It was. I haven't interviewed in a long time. I hope I don't sound like a complete R. But
I mean, you sound like William Gerardi, and link in the description to your films. Gerardi, did I say it wrong?
No, you got it right. I was just enunciating the R.
You ever had someone think that they're so exquisite and they say Gerardi?
Gerardi.
Yeah, they like they're trying to be like all exquisite and they're like Gerardi, and it's like people like are trying to overcomplicate shit. Like, if they see a name that they think is foreign, it's like white people talking in Spanish to like Spanish people.
Oh, dude,
I hate that. Where they're like, "Hey yo, no tango English."
I have a friend that does that. He's like been to Mexico. He like knows Spanish, and as soon as he's around Spanish people, he like kicks it in. And it's like,
when the Mexican people like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, you don't know like what you're doing.
Shut up, cracker.
Shut up, cracker.
Yeah,
on God. Yeah.
I'm so glad.
All right, stick around after I'm done, recording this episode. But really, thank you for coming on. Link in the description to your shit, and peace.
I very appreciate it. Thank you, Mike.